Guys, let me tell you a story. Let me open this up with a story. Last June, Sony announced a game. Okay, it was called Kena Bridge of Spirits. I've always called it the wrong name. So Ember Lab, which I know sometimes watches these videos, sometimes watches my Twitter and watches I think other people's as well. If you're watching this, I'm horribly sorry. I've been calling your game the wrong name for almost a full year now. Hopefully you guys are on my bandwagon because I started this. Don't you dare let anybody else in this entire planet tell you that they started the Kena Bridge of Spirits bandwagon, because I'm the one who started it back last June, and I'm going to pump that engine so full of coal you won't even believe it. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So obviously it was shown yesterday at the State of Play. It made obviously a big enough impact on me that I wanted to make a video solely for it. There is going to be a negative, and it's okay to talk about negatives. I don't want to just be bowing down just to bow down. You know what I mean? I want to say it how it is. If there's positive things, I want to say it. If there's negative things, I want to say it. And by the way, the negative isn't even all that bad. So really quickly, before I get too far into it, make sure as always, if you guys do like this stuff, and I will be making more of these videos for sure, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on. If you guys want to join our Discord server, link for that is in the description below. All right. We have the amazing trailer back in June. I've been on this bandwagon for a long time. I started it. And now we got a new trailer. And my dear Jesus, seriously, that's all I can really say. I mean, I'm not a religious person. I don't know if I'm slighting God or slighting Jesus, and I really, truly hope I'm not, okay? But let me tell you this. The game looks outrageously good. It really does. It's not even an example of one of those games where, I mean, look, any trailer can look good. If you have the right music, if you have the right editing, if you have the right atmosphere, you can make a trailer look good. I really would be shocked if I played this game. And hopefully, by the way, if you're listening, Ember Lab, I'd love to work something out to do something with this game early. But if it's day one, it's day one. Okay, we all get to play it day one. If we play and it's a disaster, I will be more shocked than I've ever been in my entire life, because I just don't see how this game can be bad. You know what I mean? And yes, that's a bold thing to say, and it kind of sounds pretty cocky, or that really does sound like I'm really kissing up to them. Trust me, I have no obligation to really kiss up to anybody, okay? I really don't. I'm just really impressed. I've always, and so why? I've always been a fan of the art style, ever since day one. That's the number one thing I said. I love these kind of games, the games that look like kind of Bridge of Spirits, or shoot. You know, I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna call it the wrong name, and people are just gonna have to accept it. I'm really impressed with the visuals, and they kept it. I mean, obviously they kept it, but they showing more of it yesterday. It looks so good. It does, no matter what scene it was. If it was in combat, if it was a cut scene, if it was even like the pre-rendered stuff, or then even when you were in the game. I mean, it's one of those games I think that there's not going to be that much of a difference between when you're playing it and when you're watching it. You know what I mean? And that was kind of pioneered many, many years ago. But my God, it looks so beautiful. Even the more darker, and there's some dark tones in this game. This game is not all like pure love and joy, you know what I mean? There's some dark stuff here, and throughout the entire thing, it just looks so visually good. Now, visuals are not everything, and I can admit that that's not even close to being everything. The game can look outrageously good if the game functions terribly, if the story's bad, if whatever happens. Obviously, the visuals, it doesn't matter. It truly doesn't matter. And I'm proud to report, based off of what I can infer from the trailer, that I really, they showed a okay amount of combat the first time, in terms of actually the gameplay, you're fighting, how do you fight, stuff like that. They showed a decent amount. Obviously, they emphasized it a little bit more in this video, and I mean, I just can't wait. I can't wait to use that bow and arrow. I can't wait to use kind of her more like mythical powers towards the end of it, when she kind of had that blue like energy that like blew up that monster that she was fighting. I mean, my God, as long as it's a fun game, really, it doesn't have to be the most detailed combat system in the world, and I honestly don't expect it to be. As long as it's entertaining, as long as it's fun, as long as it has, even if it's repetitive, as long as there's a nice loop to it, I think the combat's going to work. This is the first time we've heard pretty much like voices. We didn't really hear a lot of audio before in terms of like characters talking, and I'm impressed. I like Kena's actress, whoever that is, does an amazing job. The older kind of, I don't know if he's like a mentor, but definitely the older, elder kind of figure in this game, he sounded awesome too. I mean, look, there's still not too much. I mean, grand total, we have maybe 7 minutes of visuals of this game, and then you have pictures and stuff like that they've done, like screenshots, but we have under 10 minutes of info for this game. I hope this game is decently long. You'll have to tell me, because I'm recording this literally instantly after the State of Play. You can pre-order it. Now, that is the negative. I do want to mention that really quickly, but you can pre-order it, so I don't know how much it is. If it's $30, great. If it's, I guess I'm not even going to talk about it too much because obviously it would sound outdated if you guys know the price. I'd be willing to pay whatever price they want me to pay for this game. Now, one quick thing is the release date. It is shocking. It's shocking, and that's it. That's the negative. And again, take that with, like, be calm with it, I would say, because I'm not saying, oh my God, it's a terrible thing that this game was delayed. Like, it's awful. I want it tomorrow, stuff like that. Of course, I want the game as soon as possible. Look, I think anybody could probably infer that from how fast I'm talking or how energetic I'm talking. Of course, I want to play the game tomorrow. But remember, this game, rumor had it, was supposed to come out launch, like, window. I know window doesn't necessarily even mean, like, close to launch, but it was supposed to release around that November, December period on PS5 and also PS4. Remember, this is PS5, PS4, and I also believe it's on PC. It's not just on PlayStation, but console-wise, it is. But this game was supposed to release alongside the PS5. It was delayed. It was delayed, I believe, until spring. I think that was the words they used. And then through those Sony ads, we learned that March was supposed to be the month. Well, if that ever was, I mean, we may never know. Ember Lab may never say it, or Sony may never say it. I don't even know who's even allowed to say it. But, you know, if that was true, well, then they got delayed even further. So August 21st, I believe, is the date. Correct me if I'm wrong, but August 21st, much later. I mean, honestly, much later than I expected. That's okay. We have a lot of games in the meantime. We have Returnal, you have Deathloop, you got Ratchet & Clank. I mean, those are 3 months, April, May, June, back to back to back. We don't know. Oh, actually, July, I believe, is Little Devil Inside as well, which is the kind of indie game that was shown at State of Play previously. So that's something. So we really are going to have 4 or 5 months. Now, yeah, they're not all the biggest games of mankind. I would argue Ratchet & Clank probably is, although Deathloop is a big-name game, but I think Ratchet & Clank is probably the biggest game of this entire group. They're not all the same size, but we're going to get different, you know, levels of quality or different experiences altogether from all of these. So yes, this is a sucking up kind of video. This is an excitement video. And you know, what's funny is people tell me how negative I am all the time, that I'm always focusing on the negatives. I make a lot of negative videos. And then, I mean, I have this kind of love for a lot of different games. And it's just like people forget that. So that's okay. That's an aside, okay? I'm so excited. Everything in that trailer, I was smiling. From as soon as I saw her, and as soon as the trailer started, I was smiling from that very first second till the end. I was shocked when they did the release day. I was like, oh my God. But besides that, I was smiling the entire time. So I cannot wait to play it. Again, hopefully we can work something out, Ember Lab. But no, honestly, I'm so pumped for this game. So hopefully, I think it's getting eyes. I think that's the most important thing too. I don't think everybody cared. I don't think everybody will care, by the way, by the time the game comes out. But when this was announced last June, it was overshadowed. I put a lot of emphasis on it, but I know obviously Horizon, and I think Resident Evil was announced at that same one. I mean, there were some big games announced last June. Then September, we had Hogwarts and God of War, and, you know, there's all this talk of other Ratchet & Clank and stuff. I mean, there's all these games that kind of one-up it, and you understand why. I don't think it's unfair to think that, but I think as time is going on, more and more people are realizing that this is, yes, a smaller game, but it's going to, I think, be a really good game. I think people are waking up to that, and I hope that yesterday, in my opinion, it was the best thing shown at the State of Play. I liked Final Fantasy. I liked Deathloop. This was easily the best thing in my opinion. So hopefully this kind of opened more eyes and we get more people. Again, I'm not joking. I mean, I hope we do get more people on the bandwagon for this game because I do want to talk about it more. I do want to make more videos on it. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think? How excited are you for this game? Did you maybe not care originally and now you do? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know how these videos go up. If you guys want to join our Discord server, link for that is in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.